How much money do you actually need to start an MSP business? But not only that, but would having an extra cash injection, whether that's from an investor or a loan, actually help you grow the business? I dive into the pros and the cons of that in this video. Before I get into it, my name is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. We help MSPs with sales training and marketing. Before I get into today's video, I do have to mention two quick things as always. Number one, there is pricing training down below with a calculator that'll help you get significantly more profitable or launch your MSP business with the right numbers so that you know you're not losing money every single month. Second is come hang out with us in the Discord. It is well past 300 people and consistently growing, everyone from just starting out to the 7- and 8-figure earners in there. I love hanging out there, and this video idea came from the Discord. So if you have a question or you want me to make a video, come hang out. It's a fantastic group of people. To get in there, it is growth-generators.com/Discord. So let's talk about money, and let's talk about what you actually need to get into business and start your MSP business model. Now, the MSP business is all about providing a proactive service and sometimes reactive, but mainly a proactive service every single month. And in return, clients will send you money every single month. That's the best part about it. They want to make sure that they are operating efficiently month after month after month, and they're willing to pay to make sure that they don't have to deal with the headaches and their business runs as smooth as possible. So what do you actually need to go start an MSP? Well, one, you probably need to subscribe to this channel and maybe even hit that like button and that little notification bell. But also, there's some software that you absolutely have to have when you go out and start a business. The first thing, even before the software, is you have to incorporate. Now, here in the States, the United States, you need to go out and create some kind of legal entity for a business. That could be an S Corp, a C Corp, an LLC, sole proprietorship, whatever it is that fits you. If you're not sure, do a little bit of homework, find an accountant or find a lawyer. They will help guide you through that process. Now, after you go through that, and I know that there's a similar kind of thing that you have to follow in other countries, but after you follow that, you need your tools. You got to be able to do the work. And with that, you need tools. You need an RMM tool, a PSA tool, a remote managing and monitoring tool, a professional services automation tool. Sorry, a lot of acronyms here. Personally, one of my favorites is SuperOps. There will be a link down below, and you could go through and grab it. Now, it's a fantastic all-in-one platform. They do have some AI in there. It's a nice, sleek user interface, and one of the best things, in my opinion, is they are extremely competitively priced. You can get an RMM tool and a PSA tool, as you see here, for the whopping total of $119 a month. This is going to basically allow you to do the work. Now, you can bootstrap it, and there are other much cheaper alternatives. That video is coming soon, but for a great tool and a great price, in my opinion, $119 will get you started in the right direction. After that, you're going to need something to back it up, doing maybe even a little bit of cybersecurity. I personally love Acronis. It's a fantastic platform. It's a lot of pay per storage, as you so choose, and I would recommend at least contacting them and getting that ball rolling. Now, there are some other things that you don't necessarily have to have, but are really smart to have. Number one is an accounting software. You got to have something, whether it's QuickBooks or Xero, Xero, you're going to need those. For about, I don't know, $35 to $40, and we'll check out their pricing here. You can see here, between $15 and $100 a month, you can go on and get QuickBooks. And this is going to keep you accountable, and it'll show you your expenses going out, your money coming in. It'll show you your profit and loss sheets. It is really, really important to have that. So between your SuperOps currently and your QuickBooks, you're looking at about $160 a month, depending on what package you actually get. Now, I do recommend a CRM or marketing platform, or both. This, in my opinion, Go High Level is one of the absolute best. I have tons of MSPs that are currently using it. I use it for my own business. It is a gigantic platform. It is really, really good. And in my opinion, it just does everything that you're going to need it to do. You can send out contracts on there, you can send bills out on there, and you can start getting paid. It costs a whopping $97 a month, and we have a link down here for the $97. So now you're at about $230 to $250 per month, which is really not that bad. The last and final thing that you really need is insurance. And there is a company called the Brunsman Group. They specialize in MSP and cyber insurance. They speak all the lingo. I did an interview with Joe Brunsman, the owner of the company, a little while back. Those videos will be coming out in the very, very near future. But I didn't even realize how crazy it actually is to have insurance. And I will leave their link down below. All of these links will be down below so you can go get quick access to them. So now that we've kind of covered that, let's talk a little bit about having cash in your business. And realistically, all of those, you're probably out of pocket somewhere in the vicinity of about $250. So for the small price of $250 a month, you can actually go do the work. You should get insurance. It'll vary on a case-by-case basis. Figure about $100 per month for insurance, $350. So what else, right? We've talked about these tools. You're probably going to need some level of antivirus, and as you bring on new customers, you'll be able to sell that as well, between $2 and $5 per machine. But it's really a negligible amount of money at that point. So how does having cash in the business actually help? Well, cash is like fuel on the fire. In this case, we'll use gasoline on the fire, right? It makes it, and it grows that fire to a roaring fire, right? It just grows, and by putting it on there, goes up. And that's exactly what cash actually does for the business. So what are some pros and cons that people have with this? And why is it really important whether you have cash or don't have cash? Well, cash, like I said, it is that fuel to the fire. It's going to help it grow quite a bit. But a lot of companies don't think about the biggest problem that they actually have, and that's who to do business with. Because cash is fantastic. Cash will allow you to run ads. It'll allow you to meet certain people. It'll allow you to get into certain events. It does quite a bit for your business. It allows you to hire better talent. It allows you to hire better lawyers and accountants and everybody in there. Give better pension plans for better retention. All of these things actually matter and can actually be resolved with cash. But the problem that most MSPs have is even if they have $100,000 that they're sitting on, or hundreds of thousands of dollars that they're sitting on, they fail at this one thing, and that's knowing who their target customer actually is. So going through the buyer persona is really, really important. Now, there is a link down below for this, but when I talk to MSPs from 6 and 7 figures all the way down to them just starting, the most common thing I see over and over and over again is people don't actually know who they need to do business with. And that's what this buyer persona is. It's putting down your dream client on a piece of paper. That's their first name, their last name. It could be completely made up. Their age range of what you think it would be, what gender they are, the location of them, what job title, what industry they're a part of, the education level, and all of these, their psychographics, hobbies, activities, all of these help you pinpoint exactly who you want to do business with. Because once you know who you want to do business with, cash can then start solving a lot of these problems. Even if you don't know or don't have the cash, knowing exactly who to target solves most of every MSP business's problems. See, they don't know who they need to go after. If you can do business with anybody, you can't really do business with anybody. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but hear me out, right? Let's say I handed you $25,000. Let's call it, $50,000. I said you can only buy one car and it can only serve one function. What would that car be? Some of you might say, hey, you know what? I would love to have a brand new sports car. I want to go real fast. Some of you might say, you know what? I'd really like to have a pickup truck. But see, the thing is you can't do both in both cars. You can't move a lot of stuff in a sports car, and you can't really go that fast in a pickup truck. Maybe if it's a cyber truck. But you have to think about it like that. If you don't know who you're going to do business with and how you're actually going to be able to go out and service those clients month after month so that they can pay you, you really can't do much with the cash that you're going to get, whether that's from a loan or from an investor. You need to know exactly who you're going to do business with. Go get that buyer persona sheet and go through it. But let me take it a little bit step further, because I said cash is fuel to the fire. And there's some cons to getting cash from outside sources. See, when most MSPs start, they don't actually, they know what they want to start. They've been through the videos and they've probably subscribed like you should to this video and hit that like button and all the good stuff. But here's the thing. Most people that are starting an MSP have never ran a business. They don't understand what an SOP, a standard operating procedure is, how to train employees, how to actually go out and build the business, who to target, how to have that insurance, how business operations should run, where they're going to go find their customers. Now, the buyer persona helps with a lot of this. But if you're going out, even if you have somebody that says, hey, I'll give you all the money in the world, I'll give you $300,000 to start your business tomorrow. Well, we just went over, it probably costs about $350 a month, and they're going to give you this ton of money. Well, that's great. But if you don't actually know how to run a business, that cash doesn't do anything. It's fuel to the fire. You, by going out, starting the business, going through that process is the start of the actual business. And as you progressively learn, do over and over and over again, all of a sudden things start to work magically in your favor. And that's the most beautiful part about it, is things will start to click and work that you never thought were actually going to happen. Once you have that, taking cash is not a bad idea, but there are some cons with getting a cash injection into your business. Number one is if it's a loan, they're going to want that money back. And usually, if you take money, they want interest. It's just the way nature of the beast and the way the cookie crumbles. It doesn't matter where you get that loan from, a reputable bank or anybody else. They want to make money on their money, just like you want to make money. So by taking a loan or taking money from an investor, they want their money back at some point and money on their money. Now, what if you got a partner or somebody that was interested in being a part of the business? Well, guess what? You're now selling a piece of your business and giving it to them in exchange for cash. Now, the smaller the business, usually the less cash you need, and the bigger the business, the more cash you actually need. But are you comfortable with giving away a piece of that company? What you negotiate with whomever it might be is totally up to you. But you have to be comfortable with saying, hey, you know what? If I want that cash and I don't want to have to pay it back, I probably got to slice off 25, 50, 75% of that company, whatever you're comfortable with and whatever you agree upon. But that's a huge risk that not everybody wants to take. Some people like to own 100% of their business and they don't want to have to deal with partners. And that's fantastic. But some people, hey, they're okay with having partners. They don't want to be responsible for paying off that cash. But at the same time, every single month, you have to give a small piece of that cash to that partner as you would take some money yourself. They're entitled to a piece of it because they bought a piece of the company. That's the major difference with having an investor or cash involved in the business. You have to fully understand who you're going to target, how you're going to target it, getting the tools that we just went over. And these are some of the tools. There's plenty of other alternatives out there. But getting those tools and understanding how to go run a business is vitally important. After that, getting that cash to add fuel to that fire and helping it grow, that's the gold. But you have to be able to put that spark out there first and start a smoldering fire and getting that thing going before you ever take cash. Some people, hey, if you've already done the MSP thing and you know exactly how to run an MSP, starting with cash is going to give you a massive leg up. But the vast majority of people have never ran a business before, let alone an MSP, a service-based business. And because of that, it might not make sense for you to get cash. You might have to bite the bullet, go out, get your first client, go buy all the software, say, hey, I'm going to spend $300 or $400 a month, get the right stuff, then go out and service that client. And when everything starts to work correctly, you build out your standard operating procedures, you build out the processes that your team has to follow, you learn to run the business, then getting cash could absolutely 100% make your business grow like a wildfire. That's the big difference. So if you found this video topic interesting, I would highly recommend checking out the Discord. This is where I got this idea from. It was a great question that came up and I said, I got to answer this with a video. This is a fantastic question I see all the time. So if you're curious, you want to ask me questions, come hang on the Discord. I hang out in there. I do some free training every once in a while as well to do a nice value add. I appreciate that out of you guys. I hope you've hit that like button at this point. I hope you've crushed that subscribe button, maybe even that notification bell. Love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Till then.